Most people hate consistent winners or franchises that win championships repeatedly, so it's no surprise that most people really don't like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But who do you root for when both teams are pretty much overwhelmingly hated? That's the situation we find ourselves in for Super Bowl 59, where one of the most hated franchises in sports, being the Philadelphia Eagles, are playing the current dominant force in the league in the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, to many NFL fans, this is like having to choose between rooting for China and Russia. Eagles fans, on one hand, are known to be some of the most devious out there. After all, they torment opposing fans at incredible rates. They threw snowballs at Santa Claus, and their mayor can't even spell Eagles correctly. The stories of fights at Philly games are ones of legend, and they seem to somewhat thrive off their reckless reputation. Now, the Chiefs have garnered hate a different way. They just win a lot. And the jealousy of other NFL teams' fans has hit an all-time peak recently as they go for a record three-peat. If you win long and big enough, you become the evil empire. It is what it is. And that's who Kansas City is. It's hard not to like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, even though his wife and brother seem absolutely insufferable. To me, almost any other team playing in this game against the Chiefs could rally America as the underdog and get them behind them. Philly is just one of the few I don't think that can do it. Because at the end of the day, nobody messes with Santa Claus and comes out the other side clean. David Cohn, is there a chance? We saw a little bit of this in the College Football National Championship game. Notre Dame versus Ohio State, right? Two brands that a lot of people don't like, but it seemed like a decent amount of people coalesced behind Notre Dame due to their, whether you call it right or wrong, hatred of Ryan Day and Ohio State. Do you think America could get behind Philly? Like just one time, just one good old time.
It does seem weird we're in a similar situation two times in 2 different weeks. I just keep wondering, what if the Dallas Cowboys right now were representing the NFC in the Super Bowl? And America was in a position to have the Cowboys be the team that stops the Chiefs from three-peating, but they have to root for the Cowboys, or you have to root for the Chiefs to keep Jerry Jones from being able to say, see, we're literally America's team now. I can't stop thinking about that. As far as Philadelphia, look, the only thing I really love about the Philadelphia Eagles is Brandon Graham. That's my boy, so I want him to do well. Other than that, it's hard for me to get behind. I like the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, likable. Andy Reid, likable. Travis Kelce, likable, or at the very least not unlikable. It's all the ancillary things that people hate about the Chiefs. Taylor Swift, Jackson and Brittany Mahomes, Pfizer advertisements, even the referees. Like, you can't blame the Chiefs if the refs are giving them calls. You would take them too. So I like Kansas City.
Well, and Blaine, to reference your favorite Major League Baseball team, the Chiefs right now kind of remind me of where the Yankees were with Derek Jeter. Like, Derek Jeter, stand-up dude, gave you no reason to hate him. But he played for the Yankees, and the Yankees have won so big for so long that you almost have to hate him. When you look at this matchup, I mean, is it something where people are like, you know what? Screw it. I want to see the Chiefs win 3 in a row, or I just don't like Philly. Kind of how do you see this?
Well, I mean, I'll take no Yankees slander in here. It's not.
I don't think that was slander. I think it's a compliment.
Well, I think the Yankees spent a lot more money to be good than what the Chiefs had to do. But, I mean, it's just tough. It's to the point now where, look, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl, but I'm just rooting for good commercials. I mean, I don't want to root for either of these football teams. I don't want to root for Kansas City. I'm sorry. I can't root for anybody who roots for if you're a guy and you root for Kansas City because of Taylor Swift, you're really not a guy. I can't root for Patrick Mahomes' sister or whatever that thing is. And the Philly is the most hated team in the NFL. I mean, just the way they act and the way they are. I mean, a lot of people out here saying they're going to boycott the Super Bowl. Do you think there's enough people who hate both these teams enough, Kansas City and Philadelphia, that they will not watch this?
No, hate watching's a real thing.
Yes.
I mean, how many times? Let's be honest, all right? You're probably a sports fan if you're in here, whether it's in the chat or you're listening or watching. How many times will you just watch your rival team play to hope they lose and root like hell for the other team? I'll give you a great example. Auburn and Alabama, back where I'm from. There will be Auburn fans tonight that will watch Mississippi State play Alabama and root as hard for Mississippi State to win as for Auburn to beat LSU on the road. Hate watching is a real thing, but I almost like the respect level I have for Philadelphia's franchises is that I think they embrace it. I think Eagles, Phillies, Sixers, hell, even Flyers fans, even though they're not very good, they're like, you know what? we can be the a-holes, but there are a-holes. Like, they embrace it. I mean, they put, what was it? They Crisco'd the poles in the city during one of the games against the 49ers a long time ago in case there were celebrations to keep people off the polls. I just think they embrace the hate. And, Coney, there's some beauty in that.
Do you think Saquon Barkley offsets any of this because he is likable and people want him to win a Super Bowl now that he's come to Philly? Or is it just still like, I mean, then again, Giants fans, right? Like they want what are Giants fans doing? Are Giants fans pulling for the Chiefs? They have to be, right?
I don't, yeah. Turley, you're a
one
Giants
right
fan.
There.
You're saying,
well, that's a weird sample size though, because she's already a Swiftie. So
but
there again,
I don't like them because of her.
It did muddy the
variables.
waters.
Yeah.
You are kind of muddying the waters. But, like, look, I've seen people that are like, I'm rooting for Saquon. I hope Saquon has a good game.
There you go.
But not the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts is really likable.
Yeah.
What has Jalen Hurts ever done to not like him? But
stand up.
Will that offset enough of the hate? No, not even close. I think this will actually be one of the rare times where more people are rooting for the team that has won the most lately and is literally going to set an NFL record for a three-peat than the other team. That's why when you asked the punter go question the other day, was the Eagles versus Chiefs good for the NFL? And while it may not be bad for the NFL because people are going to hate watch, you could have had the perfect kind of dichotomy, like the Chiefs on one hand, the perennial big dog, going for 3 in a row, versus Washington, who comes out of nowhere. You want to talk about people be rooting for a team from D.C. I never thought I'd see that in my life. Rookie quarterback. You could have had the perfect situation where history would have been made either way. You either get the 3 in a row or you get the rookie quarterback winning the first Super Bowl for the first time. But, man, you just got two sides where a lot of people just don't like them.
Everybody hates them. Like, everybody in America hates both these teams. It's like the Aspen Tree situation with Philly. We hate you because of the way you are. And there's no fixing that. It's an image problem. I'm sorry.
But is it a problem, though? I think they're like, fine, hate us.
They don't care.
Hate us.
No, I'm not saying they don't embrace
I mean, I like Vince Papale, but at
everybody
the end of the day,
hates them because of the way they are.
Like Major League Baseball just got their dream scenario. L.A., New York Yankees, World Series. I didn't really care. I'm a Braves fan. I was shocked when I think the Braves represent most of the South. I was shocked when the Braves went to the World Series and the TV ratings were down, but that's just the way it is for smaller markets. What do you think the dream matchup would be for the NFL?
Oh, the dream matchup, I think, would probably be Chiefs-Cowboys. I think they want the Cowboys in there. Because even when it's going awful for the Cowboys, like they get so much pub. Right now, I know when Dak got hurt, it kind of went down a little bit. But all this negativity around Dallas, I still hear more about Jerry Jones than I hear. We talk about it on this show. Than you hear about any other teams that had good years. Like the Chargers, pretty good year one under Harbaugh. Nobody's trying to hear any of that. They want to hear about Jerry Jones hiring Brian Schottenheimer and how that's going to last for 3 weeks. So I think the Cowboys have to be in there. Now, whoever plays the Cowboys, the Chiefs would obviously be good. I think a team from New York would obviously be good. You want the biggest markets possible, but Dallas is a huge market when it comes to the NFL. So I think the Cowboys would have to be in the dream scenario. Maybe it's like, I wonder how much cachet now that the Raiders are in Vegas. Like if the Raiders got to be really, really good, like how big that would be for the league. I don't know. We got to find out. Hey, appreciate you guys being here. If you do not mind, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and keep sharing the show.